Welcome back to the Lifestyle Rewind podcast. I'm holistic wellness coach Brandon DeCramer, bringing you an off-grid mindset in an on-grid world. Today in episode 7 of the Rewind series, we're stepping right into the kitchen and opening up something humans used for thousands of years before pharmacy shelves even existed. Plant medicine at home. Now, when people hear herbal medicine, they often think it has to be this hyper-complicated science where you need a degree in botany or a house full of rare tinctures or an apothecary inside your living room. Or on the flip side, modern culture writes it off completely just as an old wives' tale or, what's the common term? Alternative medicine. In reality, simple plant medicine is just bringing real living biology back into your daily routine. All the way down, even the microbials, like we've talked about before, in the soil. It's about realizing that some of the most effective tools for easing a sour stomach, calming a racing mind, or supporting your liver are growing right outside your back door, or even sitting in your spice rack. I'll be honest with you, this isn't something that I just woke up one day and was knowing everything about. For me, in my family, I was into nutrition, learning about food and how it affected our minds and our stomachs, and really got into the brain-gut connection. And then my girlfriend, Allie, brought in foraging, gardening, learning about herbs. And really, I was listening to my body more and drinking chamomile teas and trying to want to make other teas from things in our garden. So this is something that we are utilizing slowly, learning one by one, being consistent with and living a journey of upgrading this knowledge. It's not something that we're just like all knowers and I know everything there is to know about plant medicine, but it's something that is definitely becoming a passion. So if you are learning about plant medicine, always be careful with anything you're doing, and biggest suggestion, learn one thing at a time. But I'll tell you, there's something deeply grounding about walking out into the yard, picking fresh lemon balm or rosemary that you grew yourself, pouring hot water over it, letting it steep. Remember, for rosemary, put cover it immediately when you let it steep because you want to keep in the good aromas that try to escape that are good for you. I've made teas out of a bunch of stuff from our garden: bee balm, rosemary, basil. Not wild dandelions yet, but I want to. Huge fan of dandelion tea that I buy at the local stores, organic. I love medicinal mushroom teas. Have become a huge favorite in my routine. Turkey tail, chaga. I feel like they really ground my energy without that weird, jittery coffee crash. And I haven't done like mushroom coffee or anything like that much, but the teas I really do. I really do. But the teas I really do enjoy. And I believe foraging and gathering herbs and new plants, and we got some wild roses that I'm like nurturing back to life. And doing that is really like brought this new sense of, looking at everything a little differently. Looking at dandelions not as weeds. I need to spray with chemicals to so my yard looks good. But I start seeing them what they actually are. An incredible natural medicine. Natural liver bitter that supports digestion for free. I don't need to go out and buy a bunch of expensive things. It's right there if I take care of it organically without pesticides or glyphosate. I start realizing that nature isn't just background scenery. It's an active partner in our health, our energy, our being. And the best part, you don't need to master 50 plants to start. Like I said, start with one. You just need a couple reliable, gentle allies that support your daily rhythm in your routine. So maybe you find chamomile tea that you mix with a dandelion tea that you find here and there. Always mindful of oxalates in things like dandelions and greens, and don't overdo it, and balance with everything. So I want to slow down here for a second and break down not only a couple plants, but also if you make teas or tinctures or anything out of them, or take salves, anything. We aren't just making colored water or putting things on us for a fad. We're actually working with an active plant compound that communicates directly with our digestive tract, our livers, and our central nervous system. So here's 3 foundational avenues of plant medicine that you can start using right now, maybe. The humble dandelion. In the modern world, the bitter taste profile has been completely engineered out of our food supply in favor of sweet, salty, and hyper-processed flavors. But your digestive system relies on bitter signals to function correctly. When a bitter compound hits the receptors on your tongue, it triggers a cascade known as the cephalic phase of digestion. Your vagus nerve signals your stomach to release hydrochloric acid, your pancreas to pump out digestive enzymes, and your liver and gallbladder to release bile. When you drink a warm roasted dandelion root tea 20 minutes before a meal or sip it after eating, you aren't just taking a comforting drink. You're actively prepping your internal machinery to break down fats, absorb nutrients, and prevent that heavy, bloated, stagnant feeling after dinner. Maybe you just want to downshift the nervous system a little bit. Lemon balm and chamomile. When you've been running on a high alert all day, your brain chemistry is dominated by excitatory signals and stimulation all day. To turn that down, your brain relies on a neurotransmitter called GABA, your body's natural brake pedals for stress. Herbs like lemon balm and chamomile are gentle nervines. Lemon balm contains rosmarinic acid, which helps keep GABA circulating in your brain longer instead of breaking it down immediately. Chamomile contains a unique flavonoid called apigenin, which binds directly to GABA receptors in the brain to quiet down mental chatter and ease muscle tension a bit. When you steep things like lemon balm or chamomile or even a rosemary in hot water, always cover the mug so you keep those delicate essential oils in the steam and in your cup. With the lemon balm and chamomile combination, you're creating a simple botanical off-ramp for your overstimulated mind. Okay, so dandelion, great tea for your gut. Lemon balm and chamomile, calm you down a little bit. So what else can you do to add a little plant medicine in your life? Start with your kitchen spices. Rosemary, mint, and one of our favorites, because we're huge advocates for our pollinators, is growing bee balm in our yard. Well, you can also use that. You don't need exotic, hard-to-find herbs to experience real botanical benefits. The culinary herbs sitting on your kitchen counter or growing in a patio park are concentrated powerhouses. Take rosemary, for example. It contains carnosic acid and volatile oils that improve blood flow to the brain, supporting mental clarity and memory while you're feeling sluggish in the afternoon. And peppermint contains menthol, which naturally relaxes the muscle tissue of the intestinal wall, soothing stomach cramps and nausea. Plants like bee balm, which many people just plant for flowers, are packed with thymol, a powerful natural antimicrobial that clears out throat irritation, supports the upper respiratory tract. Simply crushing a handful of fresh rosemary or mint into hot water, it extracts those aromatic oils directly into a drinkable medicinal brew. Remember, when you steep these teas, cover them. Otherwise, a lot of those amazing oils are going to escape. The key with any plant medicine, anytime you're going to use a plant in your yard, foraging, something you grow, just like anything else we talk about on the Lifestyle Rewind, is simplicity and respect. You don't need to go out and harvest wild plants blindly. Start by buying clean, organic, loose-leaf herbs, or plant a few simple plots of mint, rosemary, and lemon balm on your porch or in your backyard garden. Learn one plant at a time. Pay attention to how your body feels when you drink a cup of chamomile versus how you feel after a roasted dandelion tea. When you slow down enough to sip a warm herbal tea that you prepared yourself, you aren't just giving your body beneficial plant compounds. You're creating a quiet, intentional pause in your day. That pause alone gives your nervous system permission to downshift out of chronic fight or flight. Health doesn't always have to come in a plastic bottle from a store. Sometimes the most potent reset is simply returning to the simple human wisdom of the earth. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you want to keep building on these daily rhythms, make sure to jump on the Lifestyle Rewind weekly newsletter. It's where I share practical notes, simple breakdowns, and updates sent straight to your inbox. You can join through the link right in the description. Tomorrow, Tuesday, August 4th, I'm sitting down to film a special guest feature with herbalist and Reiki master teacher Taylor Simmons. We're diving even deeper into plant medicine basics tomorrow. Super excited for that and wait for that drop. Always subscribe, comment below, and hit that follow button. Until next time, slow down, strip away the noise, and live with clarity. I'll talk to you soon.